Good evening. Welcome to WJZ.com. Well, some weather headed away overnight, some wintry weather. We'll talk about that in a minute. Down to 30 degrees here. 34 still above freezing in Annapolis. Everybody else at or below the freezing mark. The cold spot at Oakland, 23. They probably won't drop much more than that, but they'll probably stay below freezing most of the night. Yes, all day tomorrow, perhaps. That's why in far western Maryland, we do have a winter storm warning. And here's some of the precipitation. Rain now just beginning to move into southwest Virginia, where it's a little warmer. A little band of snow across northern sections of Indiana, Ohio. Actually, there's low pressure down here, but it's going to head just to our west. And because it heads to our west rather than our southeast, we'll be in some warmer air because the circulation around that low will bring in some air from the south or southeast. So eventually, even though it's below freezing, maybe at the ground, above us, the air will warm, which means any frozen precip up in the clouds will turn to rain. By the time it reaches the ground, it'll freeze if the ground temperatures are below freezing. So that's why we have a threat of sleet and basically freezing rainfall rather than much in the way of snow. To get snow, you got to have cold temperatures all the way up into the clouds. Otherwise, it'll melt on the way down. So we have the winter weather advisory for our region, 3 a.m. till 10 a.m. only. After that, it should begin to rain, just plain rain as temperatures warm, particularly across the Baltimore, D.C. area. Head further north and west, the ice and the freezing conditions will last longer. By the time you get out to far western Maryland, a winter storm warning because they're going to get more ice and more snow out to the north and west of us because the cold air will be the last to leave there. So 1 to 2 inches of snow and sleet up there. Going to be 2 to 3 out in far western Maryland. Generally, just a trace to maybe an inch of sleet. Particularly in northern areas. Around the city, don't see much of an accumulation, but there will be ice accumulations as well. And the ice could be pretty thick in particularly areas north and west of the Baltimore region, up across portions of the Mason-Dixon line, north of our region, maybe 0.15 of an inch, a third of an inch, even in some spots could get as much as a ½ inch of ice. That could cause some real problems with trees and wires, power outages around the Baltimore region, very light coating. But once again, with the ground cold, it doesn't take much in the way of freezing drizzle, freezing rain to cause slick spots. So they're certainly going to have to deal with that. On any untreated walkway or roadway tomorrow morning, we're going to have some issues. East of us, generally just rain expected. It'll be just a little too warm, particularly most of the day, and even in the early morning hours. Here comes that precip from the south and southwest and from the west. Slowly moving toward our region. Probably going to see some activity after maybe 2 or 3, particularly west of us. Well, some snow breaks out around 2 o'clock. By the time we get to 4 a.m., some snow in the Baltimore region, maybe a little bit of freezing rain or rain from D.C. south and east. 6 o'clock, still showing some snow. South of us, not much happening. But eventually, rain breaks out across the region. By 10 o'clock, just beginning to move north of the Baltimore region. Here comes the rain, just plain rain by noon and 1 and 2 o'clock. For the whole region as things warm up. Now, eventually, as that low passes, some colder air comes into western Maryland. You may see a little touch of snow at the end. For us, it'll clear out tomorrow night, and temperatures active, so going below freezing tomorrow night, and stay pretty chilly on Thursday before another warm-up comes our way. And that will be on Friday. Into the weekend, warmer air, yes, and a chance of a little rain developing here by the time we get to Saturday night and again on Sunday. Most of that precip you saw will pass north of us on Friday. So some sleet and freezing rain, maybe a little snow at the onset. 26 by morning, and then any wintry mix turns to rain probably in the city around 10, 11, a little later north and west, but eventually getting up to 44 degrees tomorrow. So it'll be pretty mild actually by afternoon. Driving home tomorrow night should not be an issue around here. 36 on Thursday, 44, 48 with some rain likely later Saturday, and 55, still some shower activity here on Sunday. Have an update look at that forecast, important forecast for tomorrow morning, a little later on tonight.